Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. From Rolling with Remix. Long ago, the land of Irion was a land of plenty, and many wanted to lay claim to its riches. When those who lived in Irion could no longer agree on who held what, civil war broke out across the entire realm, until the kobolds, in desperation to keep their kingdom afloat, summoned the dark and terrible Dragotha. The great dragon cared not for the alliances constantly made and broken across Irion, and razed many of its great cities to the ground, until a last desperate alliance finally slew the titanic worm. With no one in any shape to continue the fight, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. But tensions were still on the rise. 30 years later, a ragtag group of adventurers, who met at a harvest festival and joined forces to look for the missing mentor of one of their band, were hired by a mysterious old man to travel to the great city-states of Irion and perform acts of heroism that those in power would not approve of. But those same acts served to heighten tensions across the land, and the old man, secretly a scheming mind flayer, revealed that once more Irion had fallen into a great civil war. Now, with militaries and dark powers on the rise, our heroes gather their forces in hopes of saving what they can before Irion once more falls into ruin. Momo, the Aarakocra cleric.
You're my friend. You're my family. And I'll protect you at all costs.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
I will not make the same mistakes again.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
I won't stand idle. Not while people's lives are at stake.
Oh, this should be fun.
Quintessa, the human fighter.
You shouldn't be surprised. Everyone is out for themselves in the end.
And Scam Likely, the goblin artificer.
There are three constants: death, taxes, and my ability to dodge both.
Unprepared though they might be, our heroes find themselves at the front lines of a great battle to save the fallen empires. Last time on Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. With the Mortis Memoria tincture in hand, our heroes set sail for Baelite to get to the hospital and hopefully use it to figure out the cause of Azalea's problems. Momo and Scam decided they were probably not welcome in the hospital after trying to break in to kill Azalea and hoped that would solve the problem, so they opted to remain behind, while Corellian, Malifane, and Quintessa actually went to do the ritual and investigation. Following Kelwyn's directions, our heroes fell into a trance, finding themselves flying through flashes of memories, most notably, one where Azalea caught back up to a fae she had tried to hide from those hunting him, and full of regret, stabbed through the chest, presumably to get at his heart. The party then found themselves on top of a massive fungus platform in the middle of a beautiful lake, where Azalea stood, armed and ready for war. Any attempt at conversation with her did not seem to get her to recognize Malifane as her son, let alone Quintessa, whom technically she never actually met. However, she was convinced that Malifane was out to kill her, as Esgol was also there, evidently having been doing that job for quite some time. Lady Fomar appeared, saying that this was a little pocket of protection to keep Azalea from going insane, and Azalea fired off a shot at Malifane to prevent him from trying to attack the Fey Lady, thus initiating combat. The battle was a confusing mess, with no one quite sure which target to go for, not helped by the fact that Scam and Momo didn't have any idea what was going on. But eventually, Corellian sent a message to the two saying the situation had gone bad, and they ran into the dream world in hot pursuit. The fight was not going well, for as Azalea got bloodied, the dream world shifted darker and darker, and Malifane found himself fallen in battle, which Lady Fomar used as an opportunity to control Esgol and force him to kill Malifane. Scam, unsure what was going on, and charmed by Lady Fomar, went for lethal damage on Esgol, who staggered back, muttering that he was only doing what she told him to, and faded into mist. Meanwhile, magic enchanted Malifane to rise back again with one hit point, as slowly he realized that Esgol was gone, and Lady Fomar was responsible. His attempt at vengeance and Corellian's attempt at helping did not go so well, as Lady Fomar had tremendous healing abilities, and Quintessa and Scam had been and remained charmed for the majority of the battle. As a result, Azalea ended up getting KO'd by Scam in retaliation for her downing Malifane, which in turn led to him getting temporarily killed. However, with Azalea being knocked out in her own mind, the mindscape glitched out, and the party was expelled from the dream, finding Azalea still alive, but even deeper in a coma than she was before, their quest to save her having failed. How will our heroes cope with this loss? Where has Lady Fomar gone off to? And what, exactly, is the plan now that they've sunk to another low in their adventuring career? Find out on tonight's episode of Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. Hello and welcome to Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires, the show where everything's sad and the points don't matter, except they do because it's Camp Streamix and the points matter because they'll help us win a stream stick. I am your Dungeon Master, Alex. With me, as always, is my lovely cast of players. We have Atwis.
Did you see that ludicrous display last night?
We have Scott.
Welcome to the emotional half-elf hotline. All our operators are busy at the moment. We'd say that we value your time, but,
We have Jojo.
Thank you for calling 1-800-BIRD hotline. Nobody is available, so please go fuck yourself. Goodbye.
We have Queen.
Hi, I'm calling to ban the religious bread from all supermarkets.
And we have Xander.
Somebody cut the fucking phone line already.
So, as I alluded to, we are in the middle of Camp Streamix, where basically all the various streams throughout Internet Remix are competing to see who can get the most points. Easiest way to do that is by giving us bits, and we already have 10,000. Thank you very much, Historia. This will let us draw 5 cards from the deck of magic things, which everyone loves whenever that happens.
depends on the campaign.
Yep. Alright. But in the meantime, the deck of magic things is fun. What just happened was not fun, as our heroes went into Azalea Lythos' mind, a battle broke out, and now Azalea Lythos is basically even more comatose than before.
So how does she look?
Well, the autumn leaves that were piercing through her skin have just kind of, drooped and dropped to the floor around her, and she is not actively bleeding, but she does not look healthy at all.
Is the gas gone?
The gas is dissipating, yes.
Malifane wants to check her pulse. Is there anything? Because he doesn't know. Is there anything there?
She's got a pulse.
I think Quintessa would kind of be wordless, but she'd start to slowly, back out of the room.
You need to. Corellian sort of looks at Momo and Scam. You two need to go, and sort of points at the window.
Yeah, we need to get someone.
Momo, you still can't touch it, can you?
He kind of looks at his burnt hands and shakes his head.
Okay, I meant Shit.
Yeah. Feeling I can handle it. You two need to go.
We're climbing out the window. But we're going. We're going.
Yeah, I grab him and I fly out the window.
Ah!
Alright.
Snaps the window shut.
Cool.
So do we get help, or what do we do?
Corellian looks between Malifane and Quintessa, and just realizing that somebody has to be pragmatic in the situation, she says, Right, she doesn't look like she's worsening. We can get someone and inform them of her condition, but I think we should go before it gets worse.
I'll go get someone then.
Yeah.
She goes.
All right, Quintessa, you go and inform the nearest person who's walking around as to what happened. One nods, opens the door to look in, mutters, "Oh my god," and then goes off to go get more people to help out.
Malphite, I'm sorry.
I don't know what we could have done. We did what... Did we do enough?
I don't know. Mel, we can't stay.
Is she going to be okay?
She just looks at Corellian.
She's stable. She's stable. She's not going to be getting any worse for a while. Malphite, nobody knew. Nobody knew. We all did. You did what you thought was best, and what you did as much as you could. I think we should, once the professionals get here, we should let them get to work and maybe get some space out of here from Baylight. Do you two think?
Yes.
He's silent.
Slowly not.
The door opens again, and some more doctors start heading into the room, just kind of gently pushing people aside to try and check on Azalea.
Let's give them some space, yeah. Colleen's like at the door, sort of like gesturing, maybe come out into the hall.
Yeah, like Malphite, I kind of hold his elbow.
Malphite slowly turns his head to Quintessa. He just has, like, no emotion. Well, that's not right, but he has, like, the most sorrowful expression in his eyes right now. What else could we have done?
This is not the place to talk about this. We need to go. Come on.
He gets up and follows the group.
Alright. I'm assuming that eventually you all manage to gather together to figure out what you're going to do.
Yeah. I think we should get out of Baylight, at least. I don't know if you lot want to go back to Baton Rance. We need to... There's so many things we need to do. We need to talk about finding allies and negotiating with people, and then there's other work up by Ordeal, and I don't... Carlian sort of glances from each party member to the next, sort of gauging all their reactions.
Right.
Should we keep busy? Should we go back?
I think we're all still pretty injured. But Mediel does sound like a good plan.
Right, and going up to Murdeal will take us past where I believe the orcs are, so we can talk about negotiations. I think just for now, at least, we should at
So-
least...
Murdeal is for the orcs then? Is that the only reason we're going to Murdeal?
Well, there's a job. I got word from
Oh,
Nalgo. There's the whole missive. Krillin, like, sort of
Right.
holds the letter.
okay. So, Murdeal, that's an option. What else do we gotta do? We gotta talk to, well, I don't think the Oriad want to talk to us. That's probably out.
No, the orcs and the dwarves. That's basically our
Yeah.
current options.
Yeah. I mean, what's that Baton Rants? I mean, there's supplies, various of the arcane projects, but like those would take time. Like, we are kind of a little bit on a clock, I'd say. But the more I work at the enchantry, the more I can, dust off some tools, uncover some old schema to make bigger, better things, which might be handy, but again, that takes time. And I mean, yeah, we could leave it up to just the people who are there while we're away, but I mean, let's be honest, while I'm there, it takes significantly less time and resources.
Well, it's like Bert and like Maggie have been saying, Baton Rance is defended by mostly civilians, and we can't
Yeah.
expect civilians to, no matter how many defenses we build, no matter how much training we put in, we can't expect civilians to rebuff, say, Minotaurs, Minotaur
Yeah.
raiding party or something else. I think
Fuck,
maybe.
we have to deal with Minotaurs now, too.
We've had
Did
we
we
not
also
tell me
piss off the
about that?
Minotaurs? What?
There have been Minotaur raiding parties appearing in Central Irion for a while now. On our first way up to Demdor, I believe, we were staying the night in a town that was Sheepvale, was decimated by a Minotaur attack. They come by sea, they raise things to the ground, and there's been more and more activity from what we've heard. So yeah,
Well,
Minotaurs.
damn. Fun. Do we know where those raiding parties come from?
Overseas, I believe. It's, you'll have to give me a while to think. It's been
Yeah.
a while.
I don't
know.
think, out of character, I don't think anyone told us where they came from. Can I roll history on that?
Sure.
Okay. Come on, character sheet.
The biggest Minotaur settlement across the Ten Realms, you remember hearing, Momo, is over in Kingsmarch, a continent across the seas. If the question is, where are the Minotaurs based near Irion, then you'd have to, send a scouting party to look around, guess, and figure that out.
I relay this information.
You don't think there's any chance we might be able to broker a deal with some Minotaur raiders? I mean, their way of life,
I don't
Maybe.
think Jethgar Iron King is willing to negotiate so much as
Sorry,
he
repeat his name once more for me, please.
Jethgar Iron King, I believe
That's
it
a
was.
sick fucking name.
Yeah.
God. Okay, so why you don't think he'd be receptive to
No, I think he's more of the subjugating and not the negotiating type. And not to mention, we have a lot of the folk at Baton Rance are refugees
Oh,
from
fair.
a Minotaur raid that demolished an entire town, Farfield.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but whatever, fine. So Murdeal, all right, there's that. We talked about Murdeal, and now we'll talk about orcs as well. What? There's clearly we know where these Mind Flayer dude is, but we're not going there yet. Because I feel like we'd all die. But on the bright side, though, we at least have that Gith fella going. So either he'll take care of it for us, or he'll die in the process. And hey, now he's not a problem anymore. Not that he was technically a problem to begin with, but yeah, you know what I mean. And then, of course, at some point, this is not on our top priority list, Corellian. Obviously, we got to go back to Asher and Laura, but that's further down the line.
We can think about that later. There are more
Yeah.
pressing things.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, I don't have any better ideas. I mean, like what? There's nothing to do in Port Mirandu, so yeah. If Merdale is the deal, then sounds like a good plan. I don't think I have much experience with Merdale, so I don't really know what to expect.
Carlin just sort of looks Scam up and down. I think you'll fit in just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything I should be like aware of before we go?
Nah, you'll do great.
Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's get some lodging, maybe get some rest, and then we can
Yeah.
get the fuck
Yep.
out of Bailey.
What time is it, Alex?
It's early evening.
I mean, yeah, we should get some rest. That's a good idea. If anyone's hungry, Momo and I found this killer churro stand just a couple streets back.
Not
I
much for
also-
sweets, thank you.
I also have a spell for food if anyone is in need of sustenance.
I'm good, I'll just get something at the inn.
Yeah. Momo, are you thinking about the spell I'm thinking about?
What spell would that be?
Create food and water?
No.
Oh, what spell were you thinking of?
Hero's Feast.
You have the money for that?
That's very good to see. Yeah?
That's like what? Something like 2,000 gold or something like that? Holy
It's
shit.
only 1,000 gold. I have 5.
Damn.
Only
Oh.
your voice, maybe?
Oh my god.
A lot of people are,
Yeah,
in
no.
fact, staring at Momo.
You're better saving that.
Yeah, let's definitely have that on pause. But Momo, now that I know you have that, that's gonna be very useful. That's, damn. Alright, so now we know that if we ever go, toe-to-toe with, old Ran, we at least will have a bonkers meal that'll bolster us beforehand. So that's very good to know.
Can we go?
But I'm fine with just, like, beer and fish tonight, honestly,
Let's
at the tavern.
go.
Can we
Let's
go,
go.
please?
Alright.
Yes.
I'm not gonna waste time asking you what tavern, because I'm just gonna assume you're going for one of the quiet and low-key taverns rather than the raucous dives. You settle down, get a round of beer and fish. Fish is a specialty. Baylight's on an island.
No, I don't.
Yeah. You don't?
Nope.
Okay. Alright. Well, because the place is so pretty low-key, nothing's really gonna happen before bed, so if all of you just want to start to rest, go ahead.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably the best idea.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Alright.
Give me one moment. Alright, never mind.
Okay. Alright. So, you head to bed. First couple hours of the night pass peacefully. Corellian, you are woken up in the middle of the night by someone knocking at your room door.
Carlin sort of like blearily rubs their eyes and then grabs the closest weapons and then probably the scimitar and sort of like casually holds it sort of behind themselves, and they go to slowly open the door and take a peek through.
Alright. Beyond the door is a tabaxi with a bobcat coat print, holding a package in one hand, like insistently knocking on the door right up until it moves, just immediately drops the hand as soon as you start to open it. The tabaxi peeks around the door to get a look at you and says, "Package for Corellian?" He just extends the hand holding the package.
Thank you kindly. Give me a second. Krillin holds up a I guess a finger claw for them, goes back and grabs a gold to tip the tabaxi. Thank you.
The tabaxi nods, hands over the package, takes the gold, and then about faces and walks straight out of the tavern.
Efficient.
Krillin sort of nods, closes the door. Did we get individual rooms, probably, you guys, would you say?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Alright. In that case, Krillin sort of sits down on the edge of his bed and carefully opens the package.
Inside the package is a clay jar. Looks to be pretty well sealed, looks like it would be airtight and watertight. You recognize exactly which jar this is.
Oh.
And as you open the package, the gnome disguise over you starts flickering.
Wonderful. Just on instinct, seeing the disguise flickering, Krillin wraps up the package as if that would help at all. Of course it wouldn't, but that's the instinct, is to just open it up, fuck this, close that right back up, take a deep breath, wait for the disguise to fade.
Yeah, it doesn't help. The gnome disguise is now gone.
Sort of takes a sigh, looks back down at their claws. Honestly, it was weird. Anyway, sort of shakes their head and then opens the package back up and sees if there is any, if there are any notes or any other things alongside the clay jar.
There are not. In fact, the
Probably
package
not.
doesn't appear to have the proper stamps or anything that would normally require this package to be delivered. It's just a pretty blank box that had the jar in it.
What a dick.
Go figure. Let me double check something really quickly. Krillin would actually no. Let me double check something really quickly, because or on the offhand, if anyone knows off the top of their heads, paladins have ritual casting or no? I don't think so.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought ritual casting is as long as the spell you have has the
Not
ritual
every
tag.
class has
Not
it.
every
No,
class
they
has
do not.
ritual casting, yeah.
So no, paladins do not have ritual casting, but Krillin will nonetheless use a spell slot to detect magic on the sealed vessel.
Okay. You detect no magic on the vessel.
All right. I'll click that for the chat right there.
Thank you.
Anything from within the vessel?
You open up the vessel to double check. Nothing pinging magic. In fact, it's empty.
Well, all's fair, I guess. It only makes sense, and Krillin will sort of just stow it away and tell the party about it in the morning.
Alright. The morning comes.
I'm gonna check on Malphane.
Okay.
Go
How
over
is
this door.
Melfane doing?
He'd probably normally be awake right now, but no, he's still sleeping.
So Momo, goes up to his door and just Malvane? Just let him rest. And I meet up with the rest of the party.
Alright, so who exactly is down for breakfast? Because I get the feeling it's not going to be everybody.
I'm fucking hungry. I need some eggs, man.
Yeah, I'm up early.
Yeah.
No.
Cool.
I need food.
So breakfast is unfortunately not eggs based on the table. Breakfast is beans.
Oh, well, definitely.
Scam is just looking at a bowl of beans and just staring at this bowl of beans. And in this hour of the morning, when he is looking at a bowl of beans, he just says, "Who the fuck serves a bowl of beans for breakfast?"
What? You've never starved before? Eat your beans, Scam.
I don't like the way you said that to me. Just take a spoon, just scoop up a big old thing of beans and just...
Oh, and how did I say that then?
with texture that I did not like in your voice. And I don't like the texture of these beans.
Ah, good. Get over the texture.
Oh god, beans. I don't like beans. Okay, well, you know what? He's like pushes the bowl a little bit in front of him. I think I'm just gonna get a late breakfast when we get back to the mainland. Speaking of, when should we leave?
Since everyone's ready, probably.
Yeah. Gods.
You two, how are you two doing this morning?
Oh, me? I'm great.
Yeah. Does the Scam actually look great?
Not in the slightest.
Ah, good. Nice to see that you're chipper as usual, then.
I went to check on Malifay and he would normally be up by now, but he's still asleep, so I just let him rest.
Yeah. That guy's probably going to be out for a while, just let's be honest.
But I'm feeling fine.
That's good.
I don't really know what happened, just bad juju.
Basically, you were kind of charmed by the
That-
Fey woman the entire
That I
time.
got. Yeah, that I comprehended after the fact. She wasn't even that pretty.
And as you say
Carlin
that,
rolls her
there's a
eye.
surge of chaotic energy.
Oh god.
She was
Oh,
absolutely
God.
that pretty, and you
Wow.
can't try to say she wasn't.
Damn it, you're right. Am I drawing?
I don't remember who drew
was I-
last.
I drew the
I
last
did.
card.
Either I
Oh.
was the last person to draw or JoJo was the last person to
No,
draw.
because
No,
I
I
drew a card
didn't.
last session.
Wait,
No, it was
wait,
me.
Nope, this is in the OneDrive. This is in the OneDrive.
It's
It
most
sure
likely
is.
me.
It was.
I
it was-
drew, and Malifane drew.
Okay.
Oh, it's my
so-
turn!
It's Momo's turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell! We got further down.
Should we just say the effects apply to
shit,
Scam or
then I'm
something,
next.
or
Well,
no.
it's gonna depend on the card. Yeah,
Depends on the
also no, absolutely not.
What is that?
The
afraid.
marriage.
I don't
Oh.
like it.
Oh.
I don't like it.
Alright, well, I guess I didn't know it was going to happen like this, but it had to happen eventually, I guess.
Well, dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to say, "Ah, fuck."
What does this card do?
Character must flirt with the audience, who will rate it at 1 to 5.
Alright,
However-
Momo!
However
your
high
best.
it gets determines how much gold you get from flirting.
Alright,
that's
and chat,
right.
you have to be honest.
You have to
Be
be fair.
honest.
that's
Chat.
right. I
Or
remember.
cancel.
I got
Momo.
this card once.
Give it your best, Momo.
Why me?
You drew the card.
Momo
Alright.
is the most unflirtatious person on the goddamn planet.
Hi.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, baby, did you sit in a bowl of sugar? Sweet ass.
Can I deduct money from JoJo's?
Yes.
Like, can the chat like remove that like money, like give negative points?
I feel physically uncomfortable doing that.
I will say that if I said that, I would be embarrassed, but that was
So,
actually kind of smooth.
Let's address your tactic here that you just went with real quick.
No,
Momo,
please don't. Please stop.
Instead of being a cinnamon
Please
roll,
stop.
was
No.
a cinnamon roll.
Most people are saying
Stop.
three.
We're
Okay,
saying 3.
3 it is.
3 pain.
And
Like
Come
I
on.
was expecting like the classic like, hey, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. But we got
30 gold
No,
pieces
it's a
rained
place-
down
You
in
would
front of you,
never
Momo.
canonically say that ever in the world.
are
Never.
you from Demdor? Because like Demdor, I don't know. Leave me alone.
Damn, no.
Are you from Demdor? Because you got me rock hard.
God damn it.
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
I was also expecting like you've got like I really think your eyes are beautiful or something sweet, but then just like sweet ass.
Sweet
It's
ass.
Dark
the only
mirror.
thing I could
Momo's
think of.
Momo's
was a-
only read like romance novels and like
Yeah.
a line from one of them.
Yeah, it's like oh god, it's like just this is like mirror universe Momo.
Oh,
Mirror Universe Momo is tall, tall, buff, and handsome. Momo now is short, lanky, and terrible.
I can't believe this is the equivalent of Mesmal.
Momo is the least flirtatious person on the goddamn planet. He's canonically ace.
So good.
I hate
Excellent
it. I
quality.
hate it.
Excellent.
the surge fades.
Delicious. Well, that's weird. Anyone else suddenly feel weird, like something just bizarre happened? Anyway.
Yeah.
Constant.
Yeah. All right, so going back to Baton Ranch today after we get the ferry, like from there.
I thought we were going straight to
straight to
straight
Denver?
west.
Or sorry, to
Not
Merdale?
door, you've got to
I meant Merdeel. I said Merdeel. Corrected
Yes,
myself.
Merdeel. Well, if not at least in Merdeel, at least close enough to Merdeel. The job was more so the mountains by Merdeel, so we don't even have to go into the city if we don't want to, which is great because I don't want to.
Why? Got some baggage there, something like that?
Blood trader, you know.
Oh, fun. Nice.
hmm
Yeah, that's definitely bad for business.
Yeah. I have guaranteed protection. Krellian does some air quotes with his claws. Protection because, I mean, Snulgo's in charge and basically said that nobody's to fuck with me, but
Right.
still would rather not.
That's good. That's good. Could be worse. Could be worse.
You've met, have I mentioned Snulgo to you before?
You've mentioned the name before. Honestly, I don't know what it means.
Right. Snulgo was the last dragon priestess of Merdeel. Merdeel doesn't have dragons anymore, and, well, there was a dragon, sort of half undead. It was a whole thing. Killed her.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is that what
killed her.
made you a blood trader?
No. The blood trader was me and my wife.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Yes, that was
Gross.
before that. But, yeah, Snulgo was basically the de facto leader of the kobolds now, after a certain shitty king was dethroned, and he really was shit. That would have been King Zokti, sort of a puppet king, one might say. So Snulgo's in charge. Even though she's not a dragon, she practically probably raised a third, if not a half of Merdeel, myself included. So,
So,
yeah. She also led all the other kobolds off the oil rig, so, before it exploded.
I see.
So yeah, she's a figure of definite authority. She also... I'd rather never see her again.
Valid. Okay. Well, heard ya. Don't need to elaborate any further, so that's fair enough for me. So we avoid the city, we go into the mountains, and then what? Deal with the orcs, talk to them.
Orcs first. Orcs would be on the way up to Myrdeal before we cross
Gotcha.
the land bridge. So go try to maybe negotiate with the orcs first, or should things go very south and we're not in any position, we negotiate with them on the way back down. And then, yeah. Dragon Egg
Right.
time.
Understood. Well, wait, did you say dragon egg?
Yes.
God, my life is full of dragons. Like what? A good dragon, though, yeah, not like a bad dragon.
Well, it's more of the preventing the dragon eggs from falling into the wrong hands
Gotcha.
type thing.
Yep. Totally. All right. Well, like I said, I don't know a lot about Myrdeal. Okay, like that's higher up than I've really gone before. I don't really know what super to expect in that region. So I would like to have an idea of what I should be preparing.
Yeah, on the way up there, it's fairly volcanic over by Demdor and moving up there, but otherwise it's very mountainous. Myrdeal itself is sort of on the coast, harbor town. It's, really honestly, not quite bad. They've got a whole thing set up that covers the entire town, makes it so the sun isn't as bright. It's quite nice, but Carlin sort of shakes his head. Yeah, Myrdeal's sort of just nestled in around the coast, and otherwise it's fairly mountainous, rough, rugged terrain. Yes.
Cold or pretty alright?
I mean, it's fairly near-ish to volcanic activity, and I mean, I and others like me don't really like the cold, so not particularly frigid. It's more temperate, I'd say.
Gotcha. Well, all right. Then sounds good. If we're just heading straight there, then all right, I can ride with that.
Well, we'll see what other people say when they come down.
Right. So not to bring up bad memories, but like, what are we gonna do about this Fae lady? Is it just on our back burner now?
There's nothing we really can do right now.
I mean, all right, fair. I don't know. I mean, hey, if it's ever in the cards, I can look into ways of getting to the Feywild.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
on top
the
of
first thing to do it would be to force her here and trap her here, probably, at least
Which-
from a strategic point of view.
technically, I think we have some of the means of doing that. At least I know, Momo, you can create that magic circle. We talked about that as part of our original plan. So in theory, if we were able to summon her, we could possibly trap her in that circle. But that's not a plan. That's just an aspect of one. So
If anyone can do it, it's probably us. I believe in us.
I believe in the you that believes in the us. So that's good enough for me.
It's going to be still something in down the line sort of plan.
I'm sure that there's
Yeah.
something that I can do at least that can probably help.
Of course.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out eventually.
So,
Well, yeah.
should someone go check on them?
I think they need their own time. I think if they're gonna, I know, like, it's important that we leave as soon as possible, but honestly speaking, I'd rather they take a little bit longer, especially for rest purposes, before we rouse them. I mean, like, partially because, you know, they need some rest, but also because it's a huge fucking liability to have somebody who is kind of out of sorts traveling with you through the wilderness. So should
Huge
probably-
liabilities. I'm about to start day drinking, so hold that thought.
day drinking is fine.
Wait a second. And Carlene is going to get not completely shit-faced, but comfortably tipsy while they wait.
Amazing.
I think Quintessa would come down eventually. And it's like, Quintessa's not exactly a fashion icon, but you know that she's a woman of practicality. She knows, like, she likes to stay neat. But she comes down, you can tell immediately she's made no effort. Like, her ponytail's all, like, tangled and ragged. It's, like, coming out of the bubble a little bit. It's like, she's fine! Trademark.
Clearly.
Everything's fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, she
Everything's
just
fine.
kind of, she just comes down, like, looks at you all, and, like, nods.
What up?
Hello.
You want some beans?
No. No,
Yeah,
I
neither
don't.
do I. Yeah. How's how's Mal?
I don't know.
You didn't sleep in the same room as him last night?
No, I wanted to give him his space.
Okay. Sure. I'll nod and understand that. Well, did you at least check in on him, or is he still sleeping?
I would assume he's still sleeping. if he's
Yeah,
not
might
dead.
as well let him sleep. We don't want him to be
I mean,
out of
I
sorts.
can get him if you want.
No, I don't. We don't want him to be out of sorts, and we'll just let him be by himself for a bit. I don't even really know what the fuck happened, so God knows what's on his head, so yeah.
Okay. Whatever you want.
Ugh.
Are you okay, Quintessa?
I'm tired.
Carlin sort of like nods, maybe continues nodding a little longer than one should, considering that they're probably about 3 or 4 bugs of ale in at this point. Not that fine applies, but I'm sorry, Quintessa.
She kind of blinks in slight shock. But then it's... Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Carlin sort of like raises the glass. I can do more than therapeutically yell at you.
Oh,
I'm sure that was hard. I mean, with Carlin sort of like looks at her, sort of gauging as a should he keep talking or is she too uncomfortable for him to keep talking?
are you buying drinks for others?
Yeah,
I could do with one.
sure. Sounds good. Carlin will go over, slap down some more money, and we'll get 2 to start with for Quintessa. Line them up right
Yeah.
in front of her.
Thank you.
And if she's not uncomfortable with Carlin continuing talking after that point,
No,
Carlin will then continue.
she'd be fine if
um,
she's drinking.
I'm sure it was hard, especially because she didn't know you, not like you knew her. So that's double the Carlin sort of cuts off and his breath hitches in his throat. It's I'm sorry it went down the way it did. It did.
Well, I mean, I've known her for about a year or so now, but, you know, the way she is, I knew she didn't know who I was, and it's not like I didn't see it coming.
Right.
Sorry about his goal. I don't think
So that was Esgal.
Yes.
that was his goal, and I don't think any of us thought that he would that he would disappear like that. I don't think any one of us could have predicted that.
So we're using the word disappear. Okay, that's good.
What?
I'm just saying, like, I've been sitting on the assumption that I just killed him, but
I don't know. Sorry, Quintessa, you were saying.
Scam, it's not your fault.
I'm relieved to hear that.
I mean, we were both charmed. We both attacked him.
It had nothing to do with the charm. Okay, the charm stopped me from attacking that Fey lady. Okay, I was full faculties when I attacked Esgal because I just saw him kill Malifane. So,
The irony of that, right?
yeah, me suddenly giving a shit about Malifane to save his life. Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about the moment.
Really never thought I'd see the day I'd see both of my fiancés die within seconds of each other. That was really an experience that... Oh, I'm not going to forget that. Just takes a massive swig.
Yeah, Quintessa, I do have to commend you for something that I find very admirable in your personality.
What?
The entire universe is throwing signals at you that you need to stop being with each other, and you're persevering. I respect that. It's like longevity in relation. No, it's like, no, I mean that as spite in the face of the cosmic powers. That's something I can concur with.
Aurelian drains most of their mug and then dumps the rest over Scam's head. Right time for this.
It was a compliment. Why are you dumping beer?
Time and place. You have the emotional intelligence of a turnip.
Quintessa's just drumming her fingers on the table, just unamused.
Anyway, Carla holds up a claw, hold on, goes to get another ale, comes back, takes a big drink, puts it down, holds up the claw again, and resumes. Well, if you can handle this, Quintessa, you can handle anything, so there's that at least. I'm sorry.
Well, to see him again.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear footsteps coming towards the table.
Braces herself. She looks up at you and then just kind of quickly looks back down again.
Hey.
Hello?
How are you?
Does not see you.
He just nods his head and sits down.
Cricket noise.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So, after a pause, so we were thinking of either we go and we talk to the orcs now on the way up to the area where Murdeal is, or we deal with the Murdeal job first, and then we come back down and talk to the orcs. Those are the options on the table right now for what to do immediately.
It's fine.
Either one?
Both work.
Alright, let's play it by ear then, see how we're doing as we approach the land bridge, and we'll go from there. Yes?
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
And then we can, once we get the fuck out of Baylight, we can all have a knockdown, drag out fight, or whatever. I don't fucking know. Krellian drains the last fucking dregs of ale and puts it down on the table and leaves a pretty hefty tip. We'll say 2 gold.
Yeah.
Alright.
Malifane kind of eyes the ale just for a moment. but then he just kind of turns away.
You good to travel, Malifane?
Hmm?
You good to go now, or do you need some time? I mean, we already had breakfast, but we can wait, obviously.
There's just a pause. The gears are just kind of turning. I just need a drink.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, take your time.
What did they have?
Let me double check.
Sorry,
The
let me
table
speak out
of
of
drinks.
character. Alex, what do they have?
Let me double check. The table of drinks. Obviously, they got ale, but there's first this sub table, and oh my god, I landed on ale again.
Ale,
They have
more
ale, and then they have
More
ale, and they have wait, that's just ale again.
Have you considered
IPA on
ale?
tap, you know?
Oh shit!
They got some Pabst Blue Ribbon
What kind of drink is that?
ale.
Ah,
A pale.
Pale
Actually,
ale.
is it? I don't fucking know.
I have no fucking idea. I don't drink.
I don't drink Pabst, so
Ah.
I'm assuming there's like a counter or something to pay for it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he stands up, slowly walks up to the counter, puts down, I don't know what the coin is, what the price is, but just whatever that is, and takes an ale, which
Wait,
apparently
Mal-
is the only thing that they fucking have,
Malifaux,
and brings it to the table.
So I
Quintessa's
rolled.
looking at you like, what the fuck?
So I rolled for price, and I landed on the very expensive side for this ale. It is 4
Oh,
gold
damn.
per pint.
holy shit!
4 per pint.
Damn.
Okay, well, I had 4 of them, so
And you bought some for Quintessa.
I did. I bought
Gold,
2
holy
for I bought
fuck.
2 for Quintessa. That's
God
6.
damn.
Well,
This better be some good fucking ale.
It's good quality. It's good quality ale.
Momo like looks at Malifane with concern, just like kind of puts his hand on his arm.
How hard is Momo looking?
Huh?
How hard is Momo looking?
Like, what do you mean?
Like how much attention is Momo paying to Malifane?
Well, he was concerned about him, of course, so he'd pretend to give him it, like, not pretend, he'd be giving him his own space, but, like, being worried at a distance, but then as soon as he got a drink, he's just like, no, hold on. So, as soon as Mal sits down, Momo's gonna just kind of approach him and put a hand on Mal's arm, just, hey, Mal.
Hey, Momo.
I'm very sorry what happened. I understand if you don't want to talk about it, but I also understand if you want to drink. Which is kind of concerning to me, because you're not one to drink, you know. But I wouldn't do that. Especially right now.
You're not stopping me.
So is Momo like saying this privately, or to like, can everyone hear this?
No, he's saying it privately.
Okay. Like, okay, bud.
He pauses, looks to Momo, looks to the drink.
It's not my responsibility to tell you what to do. And you're an adult, and you can do what you want. Just
It's literally all they have. I couldn't keep a straight face with that one.
God, that's so fucking good. Sorry.
Amazing.
It's literally all they have.
I just mean, in general, I would. Never mind. Sorry. And he goes back to sit with everyone else.
He doesn't dump it, but he does pocket it at the very least. Just yeah, he doesn't want to scare Momo.
I'm sorry.
That said, he has-
I'm sorry. Pockets the ale?
Do you
I
mean
don't
like a
know how-
gulp?
what?
Do you mean like a gulp?
Just a tiny gulp, because like, what else
Yeah.
is he gonna have? You know?
Pockets the ale.
So you just open up your pockets and dump the ale in. I
Yes,
see.
exactly.
Have a good
That's
day, sir.
exactly what he did.
Amazing. Malifane is an
God,
expert on
Malfane's
how
worse
to...
than we thought.
Malifane's an expert on how to carry food
Mine
and
in
drink.
sleight of hand. What do you want me to do?
It looks like Minecraft. You can put it in your inventory as long as you don't stack it. It won't spill.
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly. See, this guy gets it.
That's right here.
I think Quintessa will look at him doing this, just have this kind of, not mad smile, just a little smile, and she just chants, "Yay, we're all becoming alcoholics."
Actually, Mel, do you have like a flask or any sort of thing that would be able to carry liquid? Because then you could pocket the ale.
I think my pack has like a canteen, but I have water. Oh shit, I have water. I'm dumb.
Yeah. If you don't want to like dump out the water skin and pour ale in, then you're not really going to be able to carry the ale with you.
He's just trying to drink it. He didn't know the word.
Thank you.
I mean, it doesn't travel well, but Carlin will offer the flask that he bought down in fucking Wow, the name of the city has eluded me. Starts with
Daylight.
No, not Baylight. Not Baylight. The damn it. It's gone.
Okay, who lived there?
Fool. Who Scam did? Fuck. Scam. What's your city?
Mothorn.
Mothorn. Thank you. I was right. It did start with an M. The flask that he bought in Mothorn, Carly will like hold it open. It's still empty. He hasn't actually filled it yet, but sort of holds it over to Malifane. I mean, if you want it to go, it doesn't travel well, but at least you're not wasting 4 gold this way.
He looks towards the. What was it? You said a flask?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because just kind of looks at the drink, looks at the flask, and there's not even a sigh. Not even his fucking trademark sigh. He just kind of puts it in there. That's it.
Oh. Cheers. Just give it back when it's empty, I guess.
Just nods his head.
Okay, so I think it's time to leave.
Sure.
All right. You head out back towards the ferries out of Baylight, and as you do, Quintessa, you feel a surge of chaotic energy.
Thank you. Okay. Give me a couple seconds. Yeah. What have you given me, my dear old 20? Ooh, this actually looks nice. It's the Wanderer.
Wanderer. Is that a nice card? I don't remember.
I know it.
Looks at general world information.
Oh, it's Stranger!
Yeah.
Alright.
As you head toward the ferry, you hear the sound of hoofbeats and like jangling leather and metal, which is weird because on an island, Baylight doesn't have a whole lot of horses. And you turn, and I believe you are awake but not properly introduced to Stranger back when you were going for the Morse Memoria flower. You see the same centaur that was traveling near the swamps of southern Irion approach the ferry on kind of a parallel path. He turns, looks over at the party, tips his hat with a howdy.
Have we met?
I don't believe we were properly introduced, but your little band I do have some awareness of. Name's Stranger.
Oh, hi.
Nice to see you again.
Pleasure.
What brings you to Baylight?
Well, as you probably gathered, I am a bit of an expert in item retrieval. Was doing a little bit of errand work for the Four Kings. They had a job that went bad, and I came to pick up the pieces.
What happened?
Well, near as I can tell, they got caught by some raiders from the sea. Pretty big ones, if what remained of the bodies is any indication. You'll have to forgive me, I don't much want to get into detail around polite company.
Understandable.
Wouldn't be horned ones by any chance, would they?
Now that you mention it, there were some hoof prints around the site.
Huh. Very strange.
Indeed. Now, if y'all are heading onto the ferry, I'm also going to be on my way, so we'll have plenty of time to chat. Of course, if you wanted to wait for the next one and just leave me to go on my way, that would be, of course, understandable. Y'all look like you've got some things on your mind.
Well, why not? Why not have a bit of conversation? I need a distraction.
Much obliged. He tips his hat again as you all head towards the ferry. Stranger pays his 5 silver and heads on.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not the dwarf's route on the ferry. I believe this one is a half-elf who doesn't bat an eye at a centaur getting on the boat, but otherwise looks like a lot more kind of awake and not grumpy than the dwarf ferryman. And you all pay your fee and head on to the ferry out of daylight.
Woo.
Now, if I may be so inclined as to ask, where are y'all headed?
Medeal.
He nods. Now, of course, not my business to ask precisely why, but I'd give you a little bit of advice, if I may be so bold. Watch yourselves in that way. They're fortifying the city something fierce.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
They are indeed. Wasn't enough that they're basically rigging the seas south of them to blow in case the Marrow try a naval assault. Now they're putting everyone along the walls. Apparently they got into a bit of a tiff with the elves, and that's escalating real quick.
It's always the elves.
How, long ago was that tiff? You know any, details about it?
A couple 10 days ago. What I hear, Kobold sent some agents looking for dragon eggs down in the southern forests, and things escalated. Gunfire and the like.
Sounds right.
Thanks for the heads up.
Of course. Always happy to make sure people who also travel the roads here keep their heads long enough to do so again.
True.
Alright, and assuming no one else has any more questions or things they'd like to bring up on the ferry boat.
My life is falling apart now.
Now, I ain't a therapist, but nor do I have a couch to lean back on. In fact, people usually don't make furniture for me. It really sucks.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be quite the trouble.
Alright. After that, the boat reaches the southern dock. Stranger hops off. Well, this is our stop. Been a pleasure sailing with y'all.
You as well.
Yes.
Cheers.
It was pleasant.
Stay safe.
Y'all as well, he says with a salute, and he starts to head down south.
Why do you keep hitting my weakness for Texan accents?
Dude, I know!
First of all, southern accent.
It's the same thing!
Wow.
Actually,
Yeah, there's actually a
Yeah.
difference.
There's a
There's a
variety.
difference.
I'm British! It's the same thing!
Don't you have like a variety
Wow,
of
okay.
British accents?
all British accents. are
No,
the same
no, no,
though,
no.
so-
There's only the one British accent, as we all know. It's just one big British region.
One big Brit. They're
I
all
can't
the same
believe
British
that
person.
Queen has been speaking Cockney this whole time.
Time for more adventures with the crew!
Time for more adventures. It is late afternoon, so you can probably move about 1 hex in any given direction before you stop to make camp.
Probably the one to the southwest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
All right. The rest of the day passes without incident. The sun sets, and at the border of Elven territory, you stop to take a rest.
Okay. Oh, oops. So we're doing watches?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Muska and I can take first watch. I was up early, so
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
I'll do something.
You can sleep, Scam.
Okay, I will do exactly that.
All right, Scam. You actually can do something because you're next up in the Search of Chaotic Energy line.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
All
The
Oh,
right.
no.
eclipse.
Oh no!
What is
Oh,
the
fuck,
eclipse?
not this.
The eclipse.
I don't know this one.
I do. And we're
So
on watch too.
Oh no.
Boom! The sphere of darkness just emerges with you at the center, Scam, about 20 feet in radius. No one has Devil's Sight, so you cannot see through the magical darkness that just sprouted.
Oh.
Just I'm in an
Whoa.
orb of darkness now?
You are in an orb of darkness now.
Great, maybe I'll finally get some good fucking sleep tonight. Alright.
Maybe.
You have
Hunker down in the orb, I guess.
you have heard. Wait, is this around the party or around Scam?
Around Scam.
Oh, okay.
Yep, gonna just get some good sleep tonight.
well, awesome. Well, I mean, Carly and Muska are in first watch, so Muska's good at smelling and hearing things, so time to pace that perimeter, I guess.
Oh boy.
Perception, yes?
Perception, yes. Aside from the giant honking orb of darkness in the middle of camp, everything seems normal.
I'm just
Great.
gonna move that right there. There we go.
My turn.
Oh boy.
Caroline, like, claw on Muska's shoulder, like, uses her as a guide to find the next party member who's supposed to take watch, and sort of, like, nudge them awake in the pure darkness. It's your turn.
Alright.
Nudge, nudge.
Momo is nudged awake, heads out on watch. It's been a day. You don't even care about the sphere of darkness at this point, Momo. You just keep watching and everything is fine. Everything is fine.
He kind of just like lets everything that he was kind of holding on to go emotionally, and he kind of just sinks down into this pit of nothing as he just kind of fades into his own world of blankness, if that's a word.
I think so, yeah.
It
It
is.
is now.
Alright. And then Quintessa on Last Watch.
Perfect. Give me a second. Roll20, please work with me. What have I ever done
There we
that did
go.
this to you?
This Orb of Darkness represents pretty well how you're feeling right now, Quintessa.
Alright, hold on for 2 seconds because I need to check something real quick.
Okay.
Just do a dance in the meantime. Entertain me.
You
I can't
cannot
even
see
see
it,
if
but
you're
I'm
doing
doing the
that.
cabbage catch.
Is that how you do it?
Okay,
Yeah.
Nice, I did it. I learned something.
Learn something.
so... With the darkness and everything, so are we like... Are there any trees nearby?
Yeah, plenty.
Alright, so what Quintessa will do is, whilst everyone's asleep, she'll get up and she'll start, like, pacing around, wandering for a bit. There's some times where, like, she'll kind of run her hands through her hair, like, messing it up even more. And then after about an hour of that, she takes a deep breath. And she will take out Eskal's ring, which has been in her pocket this whole time. She puts it back on. She then goes and picks up her bow. And, like, holding it, she'll aim it at one of the trees. And with Eskal's ring in her line of sight, she will fire.
Oh.
Alright. The arrow strikes the tree dead on. Because you have a freaking
Alright.
plus 11 to archery.
And she'll keep doing this. And when she runs out of space, she'll just collect the arrows and then move on to a different tree. And she just does this for about half an hour or so. And there's just a few more deep breaths. And she goes, yeah, I'm ready for war now. And that's it.
Cool. Alright. The Orb of Darkness disappears, immediately letting in sunlight to anyone who is sleeping in there.
Ah, fuck, I'm awake. God damn it.
Good sleep?
I'm going back to bed, Quintessa.
Yeah, you do that. Have fun for like the next 5 minutes before we go.
If I ever
Alright.
told you guys how much I hate sunlight, early, it's not quite a hangover, but like an uncomfortable headache.
Right. A gross feeling in the stomach.
Mm-hmm. Sun should be illegal.
Momo like takes his giant wing and covers Corellian's eyes with it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, shit. That's right. I was going to tell you all. Then Corellian like looks down at himself and like looks at all of you and just like does like the whole like what the fuck you guys sort of gesture. Nobody decided to mention this. The fact that I've
It's
got
been
going like holds out the claws and like grabs the tip of his tail and like waves it a little. Yeah.
It's been a couple few days, Corellia. My mind has been elsewhere.
Apparently not attached to your eyes at all. But, you know, fair. My mind's been elsewhere too. I could have mentioned something. Not that I thought that I would have to mention anything, but no, I received a package in the middle of the night. Tabaxi Courier, back at Baylight. We were spending the night. Tabaxi Courier came and returned a certain item, therefore negating a certain deal that was made. So here I am, and I mean, It's probably better that I look like this if we're going by Murdeal.
By item you mean
The jar, the vessel, the thing that we were originally going to use before we had to improvise. Well, before Scam had to. Crowley sort of rolls his eyes. Had to masterfully craft a replacement. And on the plus side, I can lie again, as you can tell.
Not like you do it anyway.
I mean, I just told. I guess I did. Shit.
what a bitch. What an absolute bitch.
I mean, honestly, it's fair, all things considered.
I don't care.
Understandable. You have your beef. I have my.
No, I don't have any beef, actually. I don't have any food.
Yes. No beef at all whatsoever, completely ignoring the colloquial use of the term. No.
Oh,
none
it's
at
a
all.
metaphor. Oh, okay. Let me note that down.
Writer.
I've never heard that one before.
Maybe it's a kobold thing, I guess. I
I
mean,
mean, I've heard it before.
well, there you go. Maybe it's a.
Non-human thing. Right, I'll keep that in mind.
Krellin, looks at you, Quintessa. It's not a nice look. Yes, maybe it's a non-human thing. And he kind of growls a little. But of course.
Sorry. I'm tired.
Doesn't excuse it anyway.
You're tired.
We're all tired! I don't care! Let's go!
She's tired, Momo, and she doesn't care. Let's go.
Let's go.
You're tired and you don't care. Let's go. What pace are you traveling at?
Oh, I guess Mal's just gonna wake up then.
Motivated by anger, let's go!
Sure.
I guess normal pace? Unless
Okay.
we're in a rush? We're not really in a rush, are we? Normal pace.
All right. Which hex? Do you want to go straight to the road or skirt the edge of the haunted wood?
Oh. I don't really want to go so haunted wood.
I wonder why the wood. Actually, are there any, stories or, tales about why said wood is haunted? Just for funsies. Just asking.
Make a history check.
Sure.
I don't know if I'll make that
just
history.
close the character
Okay.
sheets.
Malifane, you have heard stories about the Hollow Wood. Supposedly, it is a pocket of the Feydark, where the Underdark and the Feywild cross over, and it's really, really bad to be in the Feydark at all.
Mal is about
Caroline.
to say something, and then he's like, "You know what? For another time.
What do you mean?
For another time, please."
Mal?
Well, something Underdark, something Feywild. Put the pieces together. I'm sure you can make heads or tails of it.
That sounds like a combination of immediate death.
Indeed. Let's keep going.
Alright.
As he does, though, he kind of takes a look at Quintessa's. I'm dumb. I don't know what hand rings go on.
Left is Estel's.
Quintessa's left hand and kind of raises an eyebrow, but doesn't say anything just yet.
You hop onto the road and start to head along. As you go, you notice some signage in Common, Dwarven, and Elven, all indicating that off the road is the Dwarven town/trading post, I believe is the best way to describe it, of Varakens. I'll write that in the chat.
Just out of
I don't actually speak any of them, so oops.
you don't speak Elven?
You don't speak common.
I speak Elven.
I have no eyes.
speak,
I can't
I
read.
speak all three of those. So but out of sheer curiosities, just for flavor text's sake, is there any difference in like the phrasing between any of the three? Maybe the dwarven, I don't know.
Nope, it is basically the exact same. It's like Rosetta Stone level of this translates into this.
No, the dwarven is like Scottish Twitter compared to the others.
I'm all you want to get a fucking Varakens. I know why the fuck would anyone want to go there. I just want to pint and blow myself up to fuck.
We can't really understand him. He's from the Scottish line.
I mean, Dwarvish isn't really that complicated, Mom.
That was out of character. I'm sorry.
You're good. In character though, I mean, the Dwarvish folk are the other sort of pre-agents around Irion still. Would you all think it would be worthwhile to go by and see if we could hire some?
Oh, that could be a good plan.
Sure.
We could give it a try.
All right. You make a detour off the side of the road and head over towards Varakens. As I go switch the music track.
Woo! Varakens.
All right. There are, of course, the usual sounds of blacksmithing and work, typical of many dwarven cities, but compared to other places of dwarven make that you've either been to or heard of, it's relatively quiet. As you enter through a gate that leads to a little tunnel heading below ground, you notice that there's not much in Varakens. It's a fairly small town, like a couple of residential buildings that all lean into one another. There's a feasting hall towards the back that looks to be pretty well lit up and decorated to be very clearly a feasting hall. But one of the main roads of Varakens actually leads toward a huge library, it looks like, very clearly indicated by a sign in Dwarvish reading The Great Library of Varakens.
What does that say? I can't read Dwarvish.
There's the Great Dwarvish Library, essentially.
Oh, okay, that's, I will keep that in mind. I need to learn Dwarvish. I speak Gnomish.
Why would you speak Gnomish?
Because gnomes are fun.
Only rolls their eyes. Yeah.
Hey,
fun.
the first night I went out drinking properly, after I got my book published, I met a whole group of gnomes, and they were very good company.
Yeah. Gnomes are kind of fun when you put it that way.
Anyway, and as you enter Corellian, you feel a surge of chaotic energy coming on.
Excellent.
4 out of 5.
It's gonna get real bad up in here.
We're having so much fun!
Oh.
What is that? What the fuck
Oh
is that?
god.
That's
The
bear.
bear!
Bear.
All right,
Here
you
comes
head
the...
you head down the tunnel towards Varakens, and from behind you, you hear a roaring bear charging, going.
You know, Malifane may be depressed as fuck right now, but I'm pretty sure fight or flight sobers him up from depression. So his eyes widen. Oh no.
That's a bear!
That's a bear.
bear.
That's a bear.
bear.
Run.
Brian rolls his eyes,
Right.
draws his scimitar, and goes to
Yeah,
fucking
like-
fight the bear. It's just a bear.
Yeah,
I
It's
feel
a bear.
dragon. Damn it.
yeah, Scam was like, he pointed and he was like, bear, and then Malfane's like, run, he's like, arcade firearm and start taking shots at the bear.
Yeah, it's just a bear. He's gonna start
Starts
using.
firing at the bear.
You're fucking level 12! I'm not even gonna roll, it's just this bear comes charging in, Corellian turns, charges over at the bear, hits him once. Bear turns around, goes, "Ooh," and runs the other direction. Scam firing after the bear.
Scam cast
Momo
fireball on
shoots
the
a
bear.
scorching ray at the bear's ass.
The bear is this giant toasted mess now.
I cast wish on the bear.
What?
The,
Oh, it was a
the,
joke.
the bear T-poses and ascends. Scam, thank you. With your arcane powers, I have finally ascended to bear godhood.
Yeah, you're welcome. Tell God, fuck you.
They have a message for you in return.
Yeah?
Ooh, and then the bear just descends into the sky.
Goddamn Celestial.
Sorry, are we on drugs right now? Did that just happen?
That did happen. I'm not
Quintessa,
sure.
why do you have
now.
such a faraway look in your eye? It's almost like you went out, like, dazed out for a minute there. You okay? We're just walking down this tunnel. You good? You stuck in your head over there? Oh my god. Oh, okay, no, okay, I thought she crashed for a second.
Oh.
Oh no.
The thing is gone, right? It's gone?
Yeah, we killed a bear.
was
Yeah.
bear.
It was a bear, Malifane.
Why would you kill the bear?
He was trying to kill us!
It wasn't!
Did you
Fucking
miss the part? God. You're blind.
Perhaps it was just coming to have, well, not conversation, acquaintanceship.
Okay, so next bear we meet who greets us like that, you are welcome to become acquainted with him,
Just
Quintessa.
you. You can
Just
go
you, and
forth
only you.
be the party ambassador for any future bear encounters.
I will keep that in mind.
Good. I will too. Let's get to this library that you were so excited about.
Yeah.
The
Let's
library.
do that.
Let's
Yes.
do that,
Alright.
Mal. It's okay. The bear's not real. It can't hurt you.
The bear. Alright. You head through the streets of Varakens, getting some, like, polite nods from the dwarves who live here as they pass by. A lot of them are, like, carrying scrolls or books or, like, other reading materials as they go. And then you push open the doors of the library. They creak open with the great... And you walk inside. It's a pretty big building. Like, at least 4 stories worth of various tomes and texts. Some, like, carved out of stone. Others just regular old paperback or hardback. And at the front desk are a couple of dwarves who were just chatting with themselves right before they heard the door open. They turn. One of them waves and is like, hello there. This is a female dwarf, by the way. You can tell because there is no beard. She waves and says, hello there. Not often we get visitors here in Varakens. Can I help you with something?
Fuck, why are we here?
Rowan sort of like elbows Quintessa. You're the one who wanted to see the library.
Yes, hello, hi. We just wanted to look around.
Yes, of course. Feel free to, like, peruse at your leisure. If you want to check anything out, of course, you'll have to get a library card.
Oh, well, I mean, we'll get to that if I want to check something out.
Of course. Take your time. Feel free to ask if you have any questions. My name is Kathleen, if you need me.
I like her. And just goes.
What does their general selection look like?
Most of the books here in the library are about dwarves, like tomes on all sorts of dwarvish customs, dwarvish history, dwarvish culture. Basically, a collection of, like, the history of dwarves on the planet.
Okay. Quintessa will browse.
Part of me just really wants to look up, like, something on the mountain, man. I don't fucking know. We haven't seen him in ages. No,
I mean, if you
won't
want
do
to.
that. I won't. maybe not. I don't know.
I'm actually interested in maybe looking up something about the title of the Underhill King and what exactly like that sort of means. What is the hill that he is under? So on and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. History check with advantage because there's so many freaking books. It's kind of hard to not find any info on that.
Awesome.
Somehow you managed to not find any info on that.
There's just a lot of really good cookbooks, you know?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Are you looking for some? Oh, okay.
Oh my god! We got the chance to use a background feature!
Boy.
Boy.
But I'm sorry. Looks at Adept Linguist. You fucking what, mate?
Adept Linguist doesn't let you learn languages. It lets you know basic phrases.
Yeah.
You know what? Leave me alone.
No.
I've had enough crap for the past 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'll help Corellian, find it if he wants.
Cool. Yeah, because you are a researcher who is very good at looking things up in libraries, Quintessa, you eventually find books on the title of the Underhill King. Basically, it's a title that comes with what is currently known as the Oread city of Demdor. Dwarves used to have it, and basically it's a title that means King of the Dwarves of Irion, seated at Demdor. Unfortunately, given that the Underhill King is not currently in that particular seat of power, there's a lot of kerfuffle as to okay, but how much does this particular title actually mean in terms of honor and prestige among the dwarves?
Mm-hmm. Right.
However, it does mention that Demdor is not the only dwarven seat of power. The other main seat where dwarves gather in Irion, other than, just generally everywhere wherever they want to go work, is the fortress of Serkeskal, which is also, it is said, home to where the dwarven honored dead are buried.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Do we want to take this book out, or should we just take notes?
I mean, we could take notes, Corellian says, looking up from a pretty sick cookbook of cool underground mushroom recipes. You could do so many things with mushrooms. Yeah, I mean, maybe we could take notes. Definitely heard of Serkeskal before. I think that's the place we really want to go if we want to negotiate any sort of alliances.
All right.
But, thank you, Quintessa, for looking into that for me. I appreciate it.
It's what any good librarian does. I will put the book back then.
Cool. All right. Is there
Actually,
anything else?
Can I get a library card anyway? Because I like collecting them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like a 5 gold donation one time to get a library card registered, and then after that you're set.
Oh, fucking yes! Quintessa will do that. She looks like a frigging child at a toy shop right now.
Yeah. I'm just picturing Quintessa just containing herself doing a little happy dance, tapping her toes back and forth as she gets a library card.
Yes!
Actually, one other thing, Quintessa, if you don't mind helping me look for this, but, if there's, a history of Demdor, and maybe, sort of more details of the conflict between the dwarves and the Oread and how that happened, I think that would be an interesting and kind of important thing to know.
Absolutely.
All right. Because again, you are in a library about the history of dwarves, and you have that background feature. It doesn't take you particularly too long to find it. The general gist of the history of dwarves and Oread were, the Oread were there first, did not build the city. They were just kind of there among caves and whatnot. Dwarves were the ones who built much of the architecture of the city of Demdor. There was a conflict between the Oread who already lived there and the dwarves because the dwarves were like pushing boundaries too far to expand their city. Dwarves won that particular war, and basically the terms of surrender were, hey Oread, you work for us now. Then after that, there was an uprising among the Oread, and the dwarves lost and were kicked out of Demdor.
Well, that's not very good.
Thank you. Thank you for looking that up. I don't know what I figured, but it's interesting. It's good to know. I know you don't read Dwarvish, but Prince Ordan, you remember him?
How could I forget?
You remember the tattoos on his chest? The sort of inscriptions, the carvings. Those
Vaguely, yeah.
were dwarven runes marking him as a slave, as property.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, figured, well, seeing as we're on the topic, figured it was, something, Curly sort of, like, flashes a side-eyed look, something interesting. I think I'd be interested in, speaking with the orcs, personally.
Yeah, that... Why not? Puts the book back.
Alright. Is there anything else anyone wants to look up in the library, or do in the city in general?
I'm all good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Alright. In that case, you head out, wave goodbye to the dwarves, who wave bye as well, and head back out onto the road.
That was fun. I like that. You can kind of tell that Quintessa's smile while she's happy looks a tiny bit forced. Oh, I'll be right back. My cat is whining at me.
Oh no.
She's a good girl. She needs attention.
She does.
Mother, I require pets.
Dare you ignore me?
Take me into your home for my attention, yet you do not give me yours.
Jesus.
Alright. I'll say you get, like, past the border of Elven territory and towards the Western Hold by the time it is time to settle down for camp and the sun is setting.
I'll take first watch.
I'm taking third, so I'm waiting for...
I'll take second watch with Muska then.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
Alright. You settle down by a river heading through the desert so that, there's no risk of dehydration during the night. And Momo, you start watch.
Okay. I guess, Roll20 crashed on me while I was not using it, so let's try again.
Okay, with a natural 20 in perception, you are intensely aware of everything, like, definitely not wanting to be jumped by elves or the like during the night, even though you're out of their territory. You are hyper aware that nothing happens during your watch.
Cool. I'm, like, sniper focused on everything.
You see a lizard, and you just, like, immediately dart your eyes over to that, making sure that lizard isn't up to anything funny.
It's like, oops.
It's not.
Right, Corellian and Muska then.
Oh my god! Another natural 20 for
Christ.
perception.
We're really on it today.
you too, Carillion, are hyper-focused on everything happening around you in the middle of a desert at night, and the answer is nothing is happening during your watch.
Great. Excellent. Krellian rubs his eyes and goes over to shake Malifane awake for third watch. It's been quiet.
What?
It's been quiet. You're good.
Thank you. Yeah. So, alright, perception.
What are we doing?
Watch.
You're on watch.
Okay.
Oh, dang, it's not a crit. I guess you don't see through reality.
Yeah. Oh well.
Huh?
Oh,
You know
there
what?
goes gravity.
Mal's not giving it his best. He is, yeah.
Yeah, you're just kind of doing it because you haven't been doing much, and this is a perfect excuse to just sit and think about stuff.
That said, Mal still is kind of looking at, like, he turns back to the party and kind of just looks at, once again, at Quintessa and the ring that she has on her hand, and it's just like, something seems very off about it, but he doesn't know what. But is like, I'll press about it in the morning or something like that. So, yeah, he's just gonna continue his watch, and yeah.
Cool. All right. The watch is all quiet, and the sun rises on the western desert of Irion.
Cock-a-doodle, fuck you.
Morning.
Morning, you guys.
Why didn't I brush my hair?
I mean, there's time to brush it on the road. It's not like we're doing much but walking.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, Quinn, can I talk to you for a second?
Alright.
And I kind
This
of
is
move off
private.
to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look, you know you can tell me anything, right?
Yes.
You're not seeing anyone else, are you?
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't want to assume the worst of you or anything. I know you're probably not that kind of girl. It's just, how do I put this?
I'm sorry.
When someone has... Why do you have 2 rings? Why do you have 2 rings?
What do you... This is yours and this is Eskel's?
He kind of quizzically raises an eyebrow. Sorry?
Sorry, how did you... You've known about this ring. What are you talking about? Seeing someone else?
Are you pulling my leg? You're not being serious, are you?
She blinks, very confused. She's like, I'm sorry? What are you doing? Wait, I don't understand.
Why? Look, if there's someone else, I mean...
What do you
not
mean? Is
right.
there someone else? This is Eskel's ring!
Who is... And then there's just kind of a flash of recognition. Oh. Oh, shoot.
What were you about to say?
Nothing.
Mal!
Hmm?
What were you about to say?
sorry, I'm not sure why I'm not sure
What
why I asked
were you
you.
about to say?
Nothing. I don't know why I asked you that. I legitimately don't know why I asked you that. God, I'm sorry. This whole thing must be getting to me.
This is some kind of a joke.
What?
This is some kind of fucking joke.
I'm not joking with you, Quintessa. Wait, why am I here again?
What?
Hold on, I'm sorry, I need to go sit down. Excuse me.
Wait. She just stays there. Fuck. No, she'd follow. Like, after a time, she'd follow him. Are you sick?
Maybe? I don't know. I just feel like I'm having these flashes in my mind. I don't know what's going on.
You haven't made some... You haven't done some, like, deal in the night, have you?
What? No. What? You mean like with... We haven't seen Lee Fromhart since... You know what?
You're good. Quintessa
Scott, you're on
just...
mute.
Yeah, his parents there.
Okay.
Quintessa's just... There's like a kind of hint of fear in her eyes, but kind of like that confusion fear. Like, she has no idea what's happening, but there's definitely something wrong.
Maybe I just need a drink. I don't know. He kind of just pulls out his canteen of water and just takes a sip.
Do you not want me to wear this ring then?
What? I'm sorry?
Do you not want me to wear the ring?
No, it's Escal's, isn't it? I mean, I'm sorry, what were we talking about again?
Let's just go. We can talk about this later.
Yeah, oh, okay.
All right.
Out of character, huh? What?
Oh, I didn't think this would happen this soon.
All right, so after that, you all gather up, start heading down the road. Morning passes without incident. Afternoon also without incident. I am rolling 0 random encounters today, apparently.
The memory of happy library card time disappears from Quintessa's mind.
Oh boy.
So, all right. And the sun starts to set.
I will go on watch if you would like.
I'll take second. While Quintessa's on first watch, Carlin's probably gonna go out with Mosca to see if they can find some mushrooms, because those cookbooks, man. And then they'll take third watch.
Books, man. Fascinating stuff. Cool. All right. Can I get first watch?
Yes, you can, believe it or not. when roll 20 stops being a fucking dick.
God damn.
At least it's not Fantasy Grounds.
That is a name I haven't heard in a long
Okay,
time.
you see that the Fantasy Grounds is kind of fucking cool.
Its UI is from the 90s.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Quintessa, you got other things on your mind than staying on watch right now?
Happy library card time. Happy library card time. Happy library card time.
Alright. Second watch.
Right. Oopsie.
Alright. Momo, everything looks pretty clear to you. I mean, it's the middle of a desert at night, so it's cold, but other than that, like, nothing really of interest happens.
He just kind of wraps his cape around his shoulders.
Alright, and third watch.
okie dokie, please give me a moment.
Okay. Don't mind me, I just rolled on a table and I need to double check what that says.
You silly.
You good?
That's so silly. Alright. So, third watch is all quiet. Plenty of opportunity to go look for some delicious desert mushrooms, which is a survival check.
Awesome. Will do. Could I get advantage because Moska's really good at smelling things?
Absolutely, yes.
Excellent.
Oh my god! You managed to find some fucking
Jesus.
delicious desert mushrooms!
Okay, you joke about desert mushrooms, but literally in my backyard. Okay, for context, chat, I live in fucking Phoenix, Arizona, which is a literal desert. In my backyard, I literally found like 3 mushrooms that were this fucking big, like the size of a fucking apple. I live in a desert! There were mushrooms! Anyway, sorry. Good mushroom time.
I'm impressed.
I love mushrooms. They're so aesthetic.
They're edible ones, right?
They are edible ones. You have a natural 20.
Excellent. Okay, I'm happy. Thank you.
Alright, and as you get back to camp with mushrooms, the sun starts rising. It's kind of particular rising sun. It's got like blood red hues that illuminate the desert rather than the normal, regular old sun colors.
Breath of the Wild, baby.
The rest of the party will wake up. Krellian is making breakfast and sort of like.
Oh, they
frying
will they?
What happened? Wait, why are you cooking? Corellian, what's happening? Are you okay? Are you in danger? Do you need help?
Krellian will like look for the closest rock and just like chuck it at Scam.
It just beams him in the face. God. Okay. Stupid joke. What is it with you and mushrooms?
This is the first time I ever do anything nice for you all.
Yes.
Mushrooms are delicious, and who doesn't like mushrooms? Krellian says, having been raised primarily underground, and so has appreciation for mushrooms and all their like. Mushrooms are great. Anyway.
Okay.
Having had a father who was raised underground, Mal has an appreciation for this as well, so...
I've never had mushrooms before. It smells delicious.
How have you never had mushrooms before?
Do you know it's impossible? Hey, did you know it's impossible to burn mushrooms?
Yeah, it's actually very interesting. It's actually impossible to overcook them too. Something about the way they're made. They're not quite plants. They're not quite meats. They don't get tough.
Well, they're a fungus, yeah.
Oh, they're fungi, yeah.
And
Yeah,
also, mushrooms
precisely.
contain... Well, they also retain a lot of moisture. So it's like... Yeah. God, anyone ever see the movie Birdemic? And it's the scene where they're talking about like the EP or something. They're talking about like climate change or something like that. They just it's like it's supposed to be a casual conversation, but it's literally the most PSA like actual propaganda factoid number 3. Like it's just going on.
Because you didn't say out of character, I'm obligated to say I have no clue what you're talking about.
Well, can I try it?
Please, go ahead. Carlian sort of like shoves over the dish, and then
Momo, I'd be like super careful. There's like I'm not sure.
You're not sure of what scam?
I'm not sure if you knew this, Momo. Just be careful.
You
What?
literally cut out every
Yeah.
single time you said be careful. I want to say that's great comedic timing, but like, bruh.
Yeah, Mom's just like,
They're edible. You're not going to go on some kind of trip. It's fun. Momo, I literally spent the majority of my life underground. You're good. That being said... Oh,
Oh, so my mic cut out for no reason. That was weird.
thank you.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, no, Scam pops in and says, "Oh, Momo, I'd be very careful. Just keep in mind, scientifically, whenever birds eat mushrooms, there's like a 50% chance they might explode. Just be careful."
You're full of shit. Momo's not going to explode.
you know, I have to tell you, as soon as you immediately started to say that, my internet cut out and everyone just stopped.
God!
And
Curse!
Fucking stream! Curse fucking stream!
Why is my nose bleeding? What's happening? Like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening.
You
Or
taste
does
hear
anything
ringing
taste
in
like
my
copper?
ears.
Anyone else taste copper?
So please repeat what you were gonna say. For the final time. Scam?
Okay, my mic cut out again.
Oh,
But I,
no.
Oh my god!
I didn't say
Fuck
anything.
it,
I
Momo
didn't say
fucking explodes! He
Yeah, Momo
explodes, it's
explodes.
fine!
Momo explodes. Yeah. No. All right. Yes. Okay. I'll say it again. Scam said that. Oh, we just lost JoJo. Okay.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
I'm right
Okay.
here.
Okay.
I'm right here.
This is worth it. Scam said, "Be careful, Momo. Scientifically, there's a 50% chance when a bird eats mushrooms that they explode. So be careful."
God.
What?
Yeah?
And he slowly removes like the bowl away from his mouth. And all you see is terror in his eyes.
not going to explode, Momo.
What did you say?
That'd be a sight.
What?
Did you say I would explode?
Did I say you explode?
50% that I would explode?
Momo, what are you talking about? Eat some more mushrooms, you'll be fine.
I think I'm good. Ugh.
First off, he's not a bird, he's an Aarakocra.
Then why was he worried?
You're a piece of shit.
Alex, why did you roll a
Yeah, it's
1
okay for me to eat this because it's really good.
Yeah, it's okay for you to eat the mushrooms, just don't eat all of them.
away.
He like shakily pulls another one to his mouth. He's just
So I rolled the 1d100 to see if it landed on the 50% chance Momo would explode.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh no! Fireball on a regular basis. Of course he explodes. It's normal. Momo going through puberty, okay?
But,
wait, does Mama actually explode?
no,
No,
Momo doesn't
it's a
actually
joke!
explode. God.
Leave me alone. He grows another inch. There we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
He implodes.
Fuck this game.
Carlin like squints up at the sun over the horizon and like shields their eyes. I'm not. Is that more red than usual? I can't really tell. He sort of winces.
A bit.
I guess so. Haven't really been paying attention to it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Does this have any significance?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, okay.
Probably it does. You know what else has significance? A surge of chaotic energy.
Of course. I'm gonna draw the beating. I'm gonna fucking draw the beating. Watch it happen.
Beat that meat, Malafane.
I hate you.
But we only have mushrooms. They're vegan.
Oh, I don't remember what this card does, but I don't like the look of it.
What is it?
It's the Lost.
A lost. So that was the you get sent to DMP card.
Oh.
Damn it!
So now is that you get sent to Call of Cthulhu card?
Unless.
Unless. I'm just gonna roll for what alternate plane of reality you get sent to real quick.
I could just draw another. Okay.
So,
Be kind of
are you Friday, Scott?
Malafane, you disappear, and let me actually pull up that particular table.
This world deserves to die. Too much chaotic things happen.
God would never allow this world to
where's
exist.
he gone?
Where has he gone? That is a good question.
I don't know.
need to
Why
pull
do
up
we
the Atlas
question the
Colorwood.
weird- Yeah, why do we question the weird stuff? Why I don't know. Why are we still questioning it?
Malafane, 6 seconds later, you come back from a trip to Limbo, the plane of chaos.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Excuse me
holy
while I
shit.
quickly do some research on Limbo.
Okay.
You know, it's that game with the like
Yeah.
silhouette child.
I should have expected
But
that.
it's
Welcome to
That was
Limbo,
actually super
where we'll be
fun.
playing my favorite game, the Limbo.
how low can you go?
Can you go?
How low can you go?
There you go.
How low can you go?
Are you
How low can
okay?
you go?
Quintessa says to Mal. Oh no.
Everything was
he's
chaos
traumatized.
and nothing made sense.
Oh God.
He opens his mouth and there's just kind of like jet black liquid coming out of it for a moment.
Ah!
I'm good. I'm good.
That doesn't look good.
Are you okay?
Oh God, you lost
I
it.
am now. That was not fun.
Oh no, oh God, oh no, you're gonna die, aren't you? You're gonna die. Oh God,
I'm
just
gonna-
jet black.
Quinn.
Speaking of your
Quinn.
insides, that's not good.
Quinn,
What?
I'm fine. I just fell into some liquid of something. I don't know.
Don't bloody scare me like that. No, like actually don't.
I don't know how that happened. I don't want to go back. But I'm definitely documenting that. And as he opens his journal, he notices some faded writing, and kind of raises his eyebrow at that.
Wait,
But doesn't think
faded?
much. Faded.
As in faded, as in it was written a long time ago, or it's fading?
Fading.
I hate you so fucking much.
He doesn't,
Yo, that's low.
doesn't think too much about it and just documents what the fuck just happened.
Just fucking do that, yo. How does that work?
Fucking love that song.
All right.
All right, let's go.
From here, the dwarven hold of Osdrud Kol is just a straight shot north. So I'm assuming that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Cool. By late afternoon, you notice all sorts of like stone and metal spikes placed into the ground in such a way that it's definitely not natural the way these things have been decorated. And off in the distance, you see thick leather like strips that used to be tents flapping in the wind. Beyond them, look like actual tents, huge, like 2-story tents in the middle of like circles of bony and metallic and stone spikes and whatnot. You have definitely found Osterud Kol. I will type that in the chat.
Ta.
Also, I meant faded as in faded. I'm sorry. I'm bad with
Oh my
communication.
god. You scared the shit
I'm
out of me!
so bad at communication. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So, you're at the outskirts. What do you do?
So, before we go in, this is a stronghold. We may be able to hire folk here. What do we have to offer?
Money. Lots and lots of money.
How much is lots and lots of money? Let's pool our resources and see what we have, at least.
Well, I mean, I currently have like 7,000 gold currently on me that I'm.
I have 5,000.
It's something.
That means you start if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we need to hire an entire army. Just at least somebody who is trained and ready for battle and so on, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be easy.
Is there
relatively
anything
speaking.
else we have to negotiate? Can anyone think of any other Corellian sort of like shrugs? Positives?
Like when you say positives, like
What do you mean by
Benefits?
I don't know. Do we have anything that would be interesting to the dwarves, or like positive, like the world not ending? I don't know. The
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oriad hate us. So
the
do we wanna be
Oriad
like,
fucking hate us. That's something.
you know, be like, hey, do you want to like? They ask us for it. Do we want to put like, hey, we'll go fucking kick the Oriad out for you? Is that something that we want to do?
No. We don't make promises that big. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Hey, I was spitballing, okay?
Fair. You know, dream big, act small. Got it.
You start big and then you temper it to something manageable. It's how it works.
Before we go into negotiations. The tempering happens beforehand. You don't start big with other people. But yes, no, good idea. Oriad fucking hate us, so that's something.
Good start.
Anything else?
We're nice.
Are we?
Not really gonna.
Kind of like chokes. He was like taking a swig of water, but he fucking chokes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jabidi and Moshka just slowly turn to Quintessa, slowly look at each other.
I don't think that's really a selling point.
We're spitballing. We're spit.
Good
Balling.
joke, Quintessa. We needed to lighten the mood a little bit, so good joke. But let's keep the real ideas flowing.
All right. Okay. So just to get this out in the open, we did encounter the dwarves and deal with them. We actually dealt with the Underhill King. Quintessa, you helped me with some research on that topic.
Mhm.
But we dealt with the Underhill King in Demdor. He entered into the contest to get to the heart of the mountain. We won. He and his crew were there anyway, and we basically Krellin sort of like, raises one claw and then the other in sort of like a scale weighing motion, like we sort of defied him, refused to comply with him, and then made an exit that had nothing to do with him.
Corellian.
Demanded that. Are you kidding? It's not my fucking fault. This was
No.
literally like a month ago.
No.
But
What I'm saying is you're doing this all wrong, right? Look. When you sell books, you have to prioritize the best parts of them. No one's going to sell a book if you just goes, it's not very good, the plot's not very engaging. You've got to tell it a bit more lighter than what you're saying.
Okay. All right. We had some negotiations with the Underhill King, and unfortunately, they went south, and by south I mean down. Curly points the claw straight down to the core of the earth, and we refused to give up the spiritual heart of the mountain, which was a crystal, and ended up completely circumventing him. See, I'm not trying to be a downer, I'm trying to inform you as to the history of our dealings with him, yes?
Right, yes.
I'm not trying to sell them, I'm trying to let you two, Points at Quintessa and Scam, know about the history here.
Right.
I know we've been through a lot of shit, and we haven't necessarily told you two about all of it, but I'm trying to be better about that. Trying to be better about that. So,
well, I think we'll be all right.
You say that with such confidence.
Take that as you will. Besides, it always works out, sort of, in the end.
Does it? Really? It does? First time hearing of this, Quintessa.
When has it worked out? Please tell me.
I was homeless and then I wasn't. That was great.
I mean, currently, when speaking as, a current group of folk.
We haven't gotten to the good part yet, but we're getting there.
Man, this is the longest fucking prologue. I'm really excited for the next chapter.
I don't.
Is that the key to a successful book, Quintessa? Really? Oh man, just a really, really long...
Maybe
hold on.
A tragedy. No.
Yeah, regale me for a second. So in the creative process, there is the climax, the falling action. What comes before that again? What?
You see, Sam, when you're writing a tragedy, you don't get to the good part. You get to the part, and then you get to the part where it gets worse. I think we're teetering on the point of where it gets worse.
So, hold on.
Because the church isn't going to get better.
Allow me to just arcanely produce a blackboard for a second to illustrate my point. Jibidi, the magic chalk, please. Thank you, Jibidi. All right, so on the chart, I'm going to draw a line. So in the typical structure of plot, correct me if I'm wrong. All right, you start here at a line, straight line, it climbs upward, it gets to a point, and then it drops down, and then it goes back flat in the resolution, yeah?
Right, what I'm saying is...
No, let me finish. So, that is correct. So far, you are with me, yeah? You are with me so far? Okay, so so let's illustrate how this story is going according to one Quintessa Creana. We do this, I draw a line, and then I just keep drawing at an angle upward and upward and upward. And I have Jibidi start giving more blackboards for me to keep drawing higher and higher and higher.
No, give it here.
Here's the chalk.
Hops up from where you're drawing and grabs the chalk. See, that is certainly one way to interpret it. However, since, we've existed as a group that is doing things, Krellian takes a sleeve and erases the chalkboard. There's smudges everywhere. It's basically been more along the lines of this. Krellian starts off drawing a straight line about, where the middle of the chalkboard is, and then just starts going down. And
Corellian.
Jimmy, do you mind some more? Yeah, thank you. Down.
Corellian, you are if you are onto something, if I might make a quick counterpoint.
Yep, here you are. Here's the
Okay,
chalk.
I clean it all away. I think it's more like this. I get halfway along the Blackboard straight line, and then I just go fucking apeshit and start drawing all over the place in a wild, crazy spiral. Just going, this is the more accurate plot, I think. And then I throw the chalk just out there somewhere and make the blackboard disappear. I'm glad we resolved the creative process.
Yes. You know what? If you were to have a writer, then it would make sense.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say is that all stories have a conflict, and we are very, very deep in the conflict.
Totally.
The conflict's only going to carry on to
Quintessa.
book 2 at this point.
I just want to
Quintessa.
establish that as all this has been going on, Malifane has probably just plopped himself down on a rock like that one dog in the This is fine meme.
You know what? I hear you, Quintessa. Do you accept constructive criticism?
Yes.
Don't quit your day job. Keep walking.
Oh god. Yeah,
I
no.
think I know the basics of becoming a writer. I'm gonna
No,
write a
you don't,
novel.
No, Momo, please don't write a novel.
I'm gonna write a novel about everything that's happened to me.
Oh my
It's-
god, you're gonna make
Do
so many
it.
people cry. That's
I
It's
know.
very liberating. Do it.
also you might go to prison because then you're just you are confirming you committed acts of necromancy that has to be illegal somewhere.
Just go to a different continent.
As long as you fictionalize it, you won't go to jail.
So we don't have time to unpack all this. Let's keep talking about the
Just
plan.
throw away the suitcase. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
This is all your fault, Alex.
So having talked about not only the concept of a storyline, but also how you're going to negotiate with the dwarves, you head further into the city of the orcs to negotiate with them, and not the dwarves. What the fuck, guys? What the fuck?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was confused. You mentioned dwarves earlier with Osrud Cole, and I got confused. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. I messed up on that one.
Don't worry
All
about it.
good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh my god.
All right.
It was fun.
So having gone through that, you pass by the spikes in the ground that serve as an impromptu border of Osrud Cole. And all around you are several big, burly orcs, many of which are scarred, just going around, like, tossing various strips of leather and cloth, like, as makeshift flags to set up more of a boundary. They see you approach. One of them immediately shouts out, "Oi! Where are you heading?"
Headed in. We're looking to employ.
Good fucking luck, mate! One of them yells.
Why is
Thank
that?
you.
We ain't for hire for a bunch of weaklings.
Weaklings? Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy, okay. Okay, buddy. Buddy, okay. What's your name?
Name is Labrock Venomax.
I see. That's a hell of a name. Weaklings, you say?
Yeah?
Alright. I'll play ball. Which one of you... There's 3 of them, you said?
Yeah, there's 3 of
Or
them.
just one? Say,
There's 3.
alright, boys. Or, folks. Which of you 3 considers yourselves the strongest amongst the 3 of you?
The orcs all look at each other and laugh. One of them mutters something to his fellows in Orcish.
Don't worry, take your time.
Do any of you speak Orcish?
I don't believe so.
No, I don't believe
Okay.
so. I don't speak Orcish.
Alright. In that case, Labrock looks over and is like, "So, just to make sure we're on the same page, you're
Yeah.
implying that you would be able to prove you're not a weakling by, like, fighting whoever you think the strongest of us is, right?"
Oh, 100%, but I'm not talking about us collectively. I'm talking about me personally, buddy.
Alright. We actually got a battle ring just a little bit east of here to prove that sort of thing. You want to follow me?
Yeah? Oh, I would love to. It's fine, don't worry about it.
Alright. you head off in that direction towards a battle ring. It's just like this big old pit that's been dug in the sand and surrounded by rocks to prevent like easy climbing out. Just hop in there.
Yeah, you first, buddy. Home game goes in first.
Oh, of course. Labrock walks in.
Cool. Hold on, sorry. I'm just double checking. I forgot to prepare my spells for the day, so I'm just double checking to make sure that there aren't any that I don't want to have. No, I think I'm all good. Okay, cool. Yeah, Scam will, very casually, walk into the circle as well and goes, this place is cute. You build it yourself?
No, it's more of a community effort.
Does this dude have any metal on him, or is he just wearing, like...
Lot of, like... Most of his stuff is made of bone.
Figured. Cool. Well, they go, all right, well, I would love to hear, what are your rules? What are your terms? What generally do you say?
Well, like I said, it's not really a matter of who's the strongest around here. It's more of a community effort. And then everyone just hears this loud orcish battle cry as, like, hundreds of orcs burst out from, like, the tents kind of west of here, charging towards the battle ring, axes out, leaping into the ring, and just one of them crash tackles Scam to the ground.
Oh, shit, fuck, oh, God.
Well, shit.
So now there's this mess of orcs in there just punching and kicking Scam.
Hard jumps in.
I did not realize that one of us drew the beating.
Yeah, Mom
Help,
gonna leap in there and start fighting.
Alright, I'm not gonna roll for an actual battle here because there's just like so many orcs all packed in there. Everyone is punching everyone. I'm just gonna say
taste on Corellian and then like casts Alter Self and gives him fucking big giant claws and just going ham in there. Just screaming.
God.
I didn't know it literally takes a village.
Alright, I'll say that you managed to get enough of the orcs off of you that by the time there is a break in the fighting, everyone who hopped in is down to half their max HP, so they're bloodied.
Including us?
Including you, yeah, that is the idea.
Fuck.
Oh.
God. Okay, that's fair. You know what? Prove yourself. Scam's like sweating and bleeding and maybe crying, but covering it up. He just goes, yeah, how was that? You did good. Wow, good D, really good D. You kept it up strong in the second half, and you made a good comeback there. But God, yeah. Hey, you, what's your name? Jawbreaker? Yeah, came in real hard with that left hook, man. I think you dislocated something.
Cheers, mate, says Jawbreaker.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right on. So, what do you guys say now?
Well, we say that was a hell of a way to vent off some stress. Want to come get a point?
I would love to.
All right.
Like, Scam turns back to his party, just like, networking.
The orcs yank up a bloody Momo, Corellian, and Scam and just, like, push him off towards the greater collection of tents. Am I remembering correctly that Malphane and Quintessa did not jump in the fighting pit?
Yeah.
Alright, they just walk around you completely.
Fine.
Alright. You get set up in, like, this makeshift feasting hall where there's just, like, kegs of ale and spirits and lager just randomly scattered everywhere. One of the orcs takes some cups, puts them next to one of the barrels, takes an axe and just whacks it into one of the barrels. It just spews lager everywhere. Some of it gets into the cups, which he then tosses over to you.
Nice. Good job. Yeah. So, as we mentioned before we had that warm-up, but Stretch, yeah, I could go 10 more rounds, but I don't want to take the spotlight or anything. Yeah, anyway, so we were inquiring about maybe hiring some folks. Yeah?
One of the orcs whispers something else in Orcish to a pretty big, burly-looking orc with, like, multiple tattoos along his right arm, who nods, steps out to a tent flap, and walks off towards the north. Oh, yeah. We can discuss that later. For right now, we drink!
Yeah, sure we do. Yeah.
Never mind. I'll wait.
Good talk.
Man, you guys sure do drink a lot. This is some good drink. Where'd you get it? Did you make it yourself? It's very pungent.
I mean, some of it we did. Others, a couple of dwarves go through here carrying barrels, and it's whatever you can take out here.
Yeah, honestly, hey, those dwarves, they make good drinks.
So they do! Yeah, you gotta give them that.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, so who's is this like an autonomous commune kind of thing, or is there one among you who is in charge, speaks for the group?
You hear this loud clank, clank, and turn towards the tent flap, and you see this jacked, heavily armored orc woman with a huge dragon tattoo going across her right eye, wielding a great axe made of bits and pieces of different bones slung over her shoulders.
Oh
I need to illustrate something for you, everybody. Is just, if you had to cinematically picture this, Scam's eyes go wide, and if you could hear in his head, you would hear the wow, 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 I've been really trying. Because he starts hearing Marvin Gaye in his head as he looks upon this orc woman.
My body part can't take it.
I suddenly feel my lesbian radar going off.
Yeah, me too.
Oh god.
Quintessa takes off her wedding rings.
Wait, what is that song where it's that goes ha 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 ha? What is that song? I can't remember its fucking title.
This much is true.
Yes, that's exactly what's going through Scam's. I think it's what's going through everyone's head. Let's be honest, but it's
true by Spandau Ballet.
Awesome, yeah.
Cool. All right, and after you ask, is there someone in charge? The orc woman says, "Yeah, that'd be me," and immediately just plops down on top of one of the barrels, dips a cup in, just punches through the top, comes out with a full cup of lager, chugs it down.
Oh.
Hi, Scam Likely.
Lager.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am
Kudolf Talanax.
Carry off Talanax?
No, Kudolf.
Kudolf, sorry, my apologies.
She would
Kudolf.
happen to have some character art, would she?
She does not.
Hey, Jojo, get on it.
You're calling.
Jojo, you know what you must do.
Don't have any more
Your gay heart can't take it.
Sorry, Scott.
So you speak for this lot then, yeah?
Aye, that I do. I was a captain of the ship that came all the way out here to Arion. Figured I might as well be captain of the warband while I was at it. No one here had any objections.
Now wait, so where are you from then?
Way down south, back in the Yorkoma Crimax. You probably heard of it.
Probably. So, you got a very rowdy bunch here, very well trained. They gave us a pretty stern beating, but I think we gave it our all. But very, very, very impressive. We'd
One
like
of the orcs
to.
just kind of raises his hands and does a motion.
Hey! You didn't break anything, you just dislocated. I consider that a win. But we are looking to broker the services of some of your finest.
Yeah, I can tell. You apparently have the lot that still believes, you just kick an orc's ass and they'll follow you.
Not in the slightest, actually. That we just wanted to do that to get into the door. They weren't going to let us in otherwise. We are totally up to negotiations of whatever we can do. We have no precepts of anything other than just wanting to do some goodwill business.
Right, well, she says, punching down to get another full cup of lager. Since apparently you sought out orcs specifically, must be something interesting you're looking for. What exactly did you have in mind?
Corellian.
Well, none of the other races of Arion or kingdoms are really our speed, so to speak. We're more of an independent party. I'm sure you've heard the whispers of what's going on, the rumors, the tension, so on and so forth.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hell of a party.
Oh,
Exactly.
It sure is.
And we want to remain as neutral as possible while protecting our own people. And we heard that you folk are the people to go to when it comes to hiring.
Yeah, perhaps we are. Doesn't answer my question in the slightest. What exactly did you want us to hire us for?
Protection. Basically, we need trained people for protection as opposed to what we have, which are untrained civilians.
Looking
Yeah.
for a couple of bouncers to order around, are you?
Not
Maybe more than
necessarily.
a few bouncers. Enough to keep Minotaurs at bay, a Minotaur
Yeah.
raiding party.
Well, that is intriguing.
Well,
I'm not really
if it-
looking to boss anyone around in particular, but definitely a few capable sorts we can broker the services of. The job would involve plenty of ale and meat as well. There is, which I'm sure we could easily discuss to being given free to our new protectors. Who
Aaron
we
rolls
have-
his eyes, and gold.
and gold, no, and gold. I was building on that. I just,
The orcs all just burst out laughing as soon as you mention gold. Fuck you
Sorry,
think we want with gold?
Well,
what you want? Well, how? Well, I was gonna say what you want with gold could simply just be. I mean, what when dwarves pass through here, you trade goods, yeah. But like, I assume it's like a brokering thing. You're not using currency. You're just trading something for something.
Mate, we have gone generation after generation without using your shitty fiat currency, and we're not about to start now.
Totally fair. Well, then there doesn't have to be any gold whatsoever. What would appeal to your sensibilities?
Now see, we don't follow just anybody. As you can clearly tell, we are a force to be reckoned with and can't exactly
Absolutely.
afford to ruin our reputation with any idiot who'd come around looking for protection.
Right.
See, you looked and set yourself in a war and you want some troops to command. Even as a line of defense, it's still a command, and we need to make sure you're worth shit as a commander.
of course.
Naturally.
Lucky for you, mutual friend, well, I'm probably not mutual, forget I even said mutual, friend of ours has had a bit of an issue that surely people of your able strategic minds and bodies might be able to help him with.
Certainly. What's the task?
Kudov clears the throat, turns towards another tent flap. Oi, Captain, you got visitors! And then you hear this clink, thump, clink, thump of something metallic and then leather moving against the ground as another tent flap gets pushed over, and this big, hulking hobgoblin with one metallic leg and this acid burn scar over half his face and one of his eyeballs hobbles into the room. Despite his many injuries, he just carries himself proudly and clearly is wearing the outfit of a commanding officer. And those who have talked to Maggie Lionforge about this recognize the description of Captain Tarth, the opposing commander at the massacre of Mabiz. And that's where we're going to end our session.
Nice.
Neat.
What do you know? A Fallen
Wow,
Empire
okay.
session that did not end completely in tragedy. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yay! Finally!
We will thank you for watching, everyone. We will see you all next week. On Wednesday, there is going to be a Darby stream with Mount Your Friends, probably with other things as well. Thursday is The Cannibal Conspiracy Returns. Friday is Call of Cthulhu. And Sunday, hopefully Little Nightmares, but that plan might have changed. You will know before the stream. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time on Fallen Empires. Bye-bye!
Bye!
Yes.